This is the house that Kamurai built. Time to get started.
Hey there, welcome to the house Kamurai built. I'm Kamurai. It's just been a busy week. There's the start of a big potential change coming up that I can't really talk about yet. This past week was very busy at work and just trying to keep my head above water with everything. This weekend was supposed to be a games weekend for my buddy's birthday. So I spent about 12 hours at his place hanging out, playing different games with him and a bunch of guys and a couple ladies actually. This is going up late because I was not available to film or post then, and everything was happening this weekend that really it's just good to get out, meet new people, find different games and different ways people play stuff. Table etiquette's a weird, interesting thing. When you're playing board games, there's certain things you do and you don't do, and not everybody has the same set of rules for that. Very interesting. There's a few things for those of you who don't game, like you don't roll on the board, you roll on the table. A lot of people, when they're rolling dice, they try to spread it out as much as possible, make it bounce around a lot. Theoretically, the only reason you would do that is to ensure that the dice isn't turning too little, because that makes it look like you're cheating, but unless you've been playing games and stuff for that long, no one's really going to think about that. So you end up learning how to do a condensed roll where you just kind of take your hand and you do this, and that way the dice kind of land underneath where your hand was. And unless you're looking at the pips of your hand and you have a very practiced motion where it does not flip a lot, it's very hard to make dice land how you want to make them land. Or you go the Yahtzee route, you take a cup and you shake and place, and then that's a very good way to make sure that you're not messing with things. As long as dice aren't magnetized, which you're crazy if you're playing casual or social gaming with magnetic dice. I can't understand you as a person. The other big one is making sure you're ready for your turn. Games can go so quickly, like literally triple in speed, if everybody is ready for their turn when their turn happens. Because if you have to go, hey, it's your turn, hey, and then get their attention, and then they have to think about it, and then they actually have to do their turn, and then make sure they did their turn right, and then go, hey, the next person, it doesn't work out very well. Everyone else gets very frustrated, and no one really enjoys the game. But if you're ready for your turn, you're thinking about what you want to do, at least by the time the person before you goes, to then go, hey Cam, it's your turn, and then I'm ready to go. And if you've played games a long time, you naturally get into that rhythm, and then it gets even more frustrating to try to play with new people. So you learn a bit of patience that way, because they don't understand that. So your turn goes in like 20 seconds, and then you're waiting 4 minutes for everybody else, just as a weird time example. With a bunch of electrical issues. I don't know if anyone saw it on Twitter or not, probably not. So like the outlets that this stuff and equipment normally runs on are not working currently. I had it fixed at one point, and I don't know what happened because I went to sleep and I woke up and it's out again. So, and I was talking to my buddy about a bunch of ideas for gaming stuff. I've started making boxes and inserts, and I think I'm going to continue that because I want to try to perfect it. I may even start an Etsy store if we take it far enough. But I was talking to my buddy about those sort of things, and he was talking about how we go about printing like art for the box. Because if I just make a box, it's going to be a plain box. I'm not going to draw on it or anything, and it would be overly time consuming to hand draw onto the cardboard. But if we print like sticky poster onto it, and then cut everything up, that would probably be the way to go with it. I'll just have to see what materials and what the actual cost and everything would be, because if he can do like a set of art for me, then it's a one-shot deal, and he doesn't have to waste his time with it on a regular basis. We were also talking about gaming division stuff, and he and I both come to the conclusion that we're wearing too many hats. I very well may have to step back from YouTube altogether here soon, at least temporarily, and just reassess things and try to get a couple other things done, especially if I have some certain life changes coming up that will definitely interfere with everything that's scheduling. And of course, I've just got to get better on camera so my editing time's less, because that's what's killing me. I spend 10-20 minutes filming, and then I spend 40 minutes to an hour and a half editing stuff because and of course I actually want to put in my post-production stuff for my movie reviews and game review stuff, but gaming division I think I'm going to probably drift away from doing actual reviews there and focus on how to plays for the meantime. And for the more complicated games, I'll probably do some unboxing. Like Small World could take an entire unboxing video on its own just because of all the components. And it's very important to me that I get back to programming GameBox. I very much, by the end of February, want these new changes to go in for the beta so I can release 5.0 and get some people testing on it and get feedback, because it is something not only could I actually use and put out there for other people to use, but I could actually potentially monetize it and actually make some money off it if I really wanted to, because it's just an environmental thing where people play in the software games and not necessarily play the software itself as the game. Or I could actually break it up into game-specific versions and do that, but I've got to work on getting the graphics a little better, I think, before I ever get to that point. I don't know if I want to exactly scan and copy things. But on top of everything, I'm not feeling so hot right now, so I'm going to stop this. And everyone else, enjoy yourselves and your weeks and your times, and I'll have to see you when I see you, because I don't know when I'm going to be back into it running strong again. That's it for me. I'm Kamurai. If you don't like me, hate me. If you want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations, and they'll take you to our other channels.